his tone, the use of his upper register, his control, and when he was using falsetto, he could do everything with his voice. He had the low baritone voice that just sounded good, and then he had this upper register that was just like just screaming, and it with vibrato and power. It wasn't. There was a lot of singers that I looked up to growing up, but he was like the bar for me. Like he was the bar that I felt like I would never reach. Like that there were certain, songs where I was like, ooh, I could do this. But then he would get to a certain part and I just felt defeated. You know what I mean? And I would always sing to these records in my car or in my bedroom growing up. And he was one of the first singers that like made me listen, you know what I mean? And really brought me in as interested in what he was doing, and almost like, can I do that? Like, I would love to be able to do that. Like, I remember, my teenage years, man, when I fell upon Super Unknown, that record was like life-changing for me. That was like my whole high school career. I listened to that thing almost every day. And I actually had my first car wreck. And I think Limo Wreck was playing in my tape deck. Nobody was hurt, but yeah, that song was playing while my car was upside down in a field. It was still playing in the tape deck, which is very ironic.
You have a good car radio then.
Well, the song was Limo Wreck, but I was driving a little Chevy Sprint hatchback.
Well, with what you just mentioned, and you've sang in tribute to him before, but is that a very daunting thing then to tackle a song like Hunger Strike?
This was something that it's weird because I feel like during the making of this record, I kind of found that part of my voice. And it made me excited to do this song because I was, for the first time, felt like I was going to be able to attack these parts that I always looked at as unattainable for me. And when I sang them, it was weird. It felt like, I was singing like one of my heroes, and it was this, I got like chills, and it was a moment for sure that I'm super proud of, and I'm really proud of the vocal on that song, and I hope the fans love it as much as I love performing it. And that song was one of the first songs that introduced me to Cornell. And well, actually, I think I found that song after Super Unknown, and I found out that existed, and then I found the record Temple of the Dog, and I was like, that's some of the best singing I've ever heard in my life. And so that song, like, to me, it's like the 90s. Like, that song is the 90s. It's like the best rock duet of our generation, and it's the 90s all in one song. You got Eddie Vedder and you got Chris Cornell. Like, that's the 90s.